I have played a lot of Fallout 4. I've used exploits and glitches to craft unkillable gods that can one-hit every enemy in the game, but today I wanted a proper challenge. So say hello to the Fallout 4 Zombie Apocalypse. I've updated my collection of mods to replace almost all enemies in the game with zombies. This, along with a host of other mods, has turned Fallout into a hardcore survival game. My goal is simple: to rebuild the settlement of Sanctuary and make it a safe bastion for the Commonwealth. However, if I die, the run is over, and if I make it to day 7, then we must defend against a horde. So get comfortable, as it's time for us to survive the Fallout Zombie Apocalypse. Ah, yes, it's time for the lovely opening scene. I've made many a visual abomination of a character from this venue before. Oh, fantastic. I think we've crafted the most beautiful face imaginable. Oh, beans, the game just crashed. Of course it did. Right, I'm gonna make a new character. Oh, classic Todd. Okay, seeing as Todd for some reason didn't want us playing as a man, I've decided to create a new character. Here she is. I think she looks absolutely beautiful, so yes, confirmed, this is going to be our hero. Now we are playing with the alternate start mod, which allows us to bypass the intro, which is wonderful. This just teleports us straight into the vault, which will teach us some of the basics of the game. So we wake up in a cryo chamber. There we go, in Vault 111. A little bit bewildered and definitely quite restless. However, we now get to log into this computer and design our actual character. We will be Ivana Gobelyanobov, a perfectly normal lady that shall be going through the Fallout landscape. Now, when it comes to our stats, the most important things are going to be perception, because this will increase our accuracy, various things like endurance that will max out our health, intelligence for a bit of extra experience, and agility just to overall give us more shots in VATS. So there we go, a nice balanced spread. We of course have nothing in luck and nothing in charisma, but that's okay. And there we go, perfect. We're now ready to continue with our adventure. In the starting area, it's going to be rather simple. We'll mostly only have to fight rad roaches. However, it will be important for us to try and find as many resources as possible. Random clipboards and things like that lying around are very useful indeed. Remember, we have to build nearly an entire society from the ground up, and that means constructing defenses as well as equipment, scopes, you name it, all of it's necessary. And oh my goodness, look at that weird little roachy. Luckily I have a brand new wacky stick. Right, okay, I think we're ready for almost our first section of combat here. Here it is, yes, our first rad roach enemy. We can run up to him and bam, easy peasy. We did it. That's combat. Oh, and on this desk we find ourselves a very large amount of healing equipment. Yeah, this is probably the first sign that this is going to be a very hardcore game. I mean, it has ibuprofen tablets, for goodness sake. We're no longer in base Fallout, ladies and gents. We're in fancy swanky town. Oh, fantastic, lovely. We found ourselves our first gun, and there we go, perfect. We're now equipped with our first fancy firearm. But one of the important things to remember is that ammunition is finite. We have only 94 bullets, and whilst rad roaches are really easy enemies that only take one shot each, I don't particularly want to be wasting any shots on them. After all, zombies are significantly more dangerous. Right, there we go. We're just using our VATS, which is a great way of conserving our ammunition. Mostly because of my high perception stat, my odds of hitting these slow-moving targets is drastically increased. Anyway, we've managed to get ourselves our first Pip-Boy, and this will allow us to escape into the wider world. Ready for adventure. And here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my, this looks a little bit different, and that's because, yes, I have quite a lot of mods running, and Fallout 4 has never looked better. Look at this. This is a true apocalypse. Massively overgrown, disgusting waste everywhere. The world has truly ended, and all I have is a trusty 10mm pistol. Well, now's probably a good time to mention that, yes, the zombie apocalypse is here. Most of the enemies, of course, have been converted, as I've said, but working out where they are might be a little bit difficult. Oh, I can see some red dots on the bottom. There they are. These are our first zombies. Just 2 of them. That's fine. They're pretty basic, and definitely when they're not moving together are easier to deal with. So 1 shot there, but unfortunately that wasn't enough to knock him down. Oh dear, right, okay, I've got to conserve my ammunition. There we go. Second shot was perfect. It hit the head. This one, a little bit more challenging. He's wearing a helmet. Come on, there we go. Good shot. Splendid. And that's 2 zombies dead, both of them dropping just a single bottle cap. That's hardly useful at all. Oh, up here we have ourselves a dead raider who's dropped an M14 along with a significant amount of armor. We'll be taking that. Yeah, I don't think there's many supplies left in this area. It's looking like scavengers have picked it mostly clean, but that space down there is Sanctuary Hills. It's going to be the home of our settlement today. Off in the distance, you've got the Commonwealth, you've got the Red Rocket truck stop, you've got Diamond City some way off in that direction, and they're incredibly dangerous places to be. Now, we still need to be quite quick, ladies and gents, because of course time is of the essence. We have only a handful of days before the end of the week, and the undead horde waits for no one. So we need to go rescue Preston Garvey from Concord, get him back to Sanctuary, and get our base set up. Right, I've now also activated survival mode, which means from here on out we'll need to eat, sleep, and all of that good stuff. Various amenities like fast traveling and all of that jazz has been disabled, and most of the enemies of the game will now be converted into raving undead monstrosities. And oh my goodness, there's a zombie on top of that roof. Okay, one thing I also forgot to mention is that not all zombies are created equally. They all have varying levels of speed. Some are incredibly fast, some are incredibly slow. I absolutely smashed that fight. There we go. Oh, and a few bullets on these zombies. Good stuff. Right, there's not too much for me lying around in this starting area, but we're going to want to equip ourselves with some better armor before we head into the next area. So let's grab some eyeglasses for increased perception, a harness for increased damage resistance, and there we go. I think we are now in our best potential fighting form. Perfect. Right, off to Concord we go. We need to pick up some... Oh dear, I was going to say we need to pick up some friends, but look at this in front of me. That's like 5 zombies all over that corpse. Oh, this isn't good at all. Well, we need to deal with them nonetheless. So I'll aim on in and bam, that's 1 dead. Oh my goodness, there's even more in the truck behind. This is our first horde. Okay, quick, precise shots. Oh, we've got a sprinter. We've got ourselves a sprinter. He's in front. Aim for the head, aim for the head. Use VATS. There we go. Bam. Perfect. This is why we have VATS. We need it for moments like this. Whoa, and another one. Oh my goodness, aim for the head. Whoa, that didn't work. That didn't work. Oh, no, 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 no. Run, 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 run. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, you slow back down. Hit. There we go. Fantastic. That's the shot. Oh my goodness, that was almost it. Okay, 2 shots for you. Right, you 1 shot. Perfect. Okay, hopefully some of them have loot on their bodies. Some of these are useless. Oh, you're running at me. Oh, please. Oh, no. Beans, hit the head properly. Oh, there's one behind me. What the heck? In fact, there's 2 behind me. Lovely, that's a perfect clean shot. Thank you, VATS. Oh, and 7 bullets on that person's body. Right, we'll leave those 2 zombies wandering around in Sanctuary for now. We don't need to deal with them. We've got a zombie trapped in the truck. That's fine by me. There we go, easy shot. Now we can just tidy up these bodies. What do we get here? An M1 carbine and a drifter outfit. Well, the outfit should give us some more armor, so that's well worth grabbing. So let's pop on this drifter outfit for some increased damage resistance. And there we go, we're now better than ever. Right, just up ahead is the Red Rocket. If we're lucky, then over here we have ourselves dog meat. Yay! It's dog meat, ladies and gents. Dog meat is going to be our first little companion, and he is perfect. Come on, you lose your owner, buddy? You want to come with me, pal? Yeah, come with me, good boy. He's such a good boy. Right, so we're going to work with dog meat, and he will be doing a lot to help us, but for the moment, we need to get out of here. We can use the Red Rocket truck stop as a base, but it's really not the smartest idea. Oh dear, I've just seen enemies spawning. Yep, enemies are spawning. Quick, back out. Oh dear, yeah, it looks like a wandering horde of zombies have been summoned into the world. Oh my god, you're Speedy Gonzalez over here. Bam! Good stuff. Unfortunately, dog meat is getting attacked and... Oh, hello, you. You're also a speedy chap. You've got to die. Dog meat is injured. Oh, that was a quick shot from me. Don't mind if I do. Nope, no. You, sir, do not get to do that. Bam. There we go. Any more? Yep, you. Couple of shots to the head. I think just one more zombie, right? Yeah, one more zombie, I think, located in here. There you are. There we go. Fantastic. Dead. Right, there we go. A little horde of zombies dealt with. Not the best, not the worst, and our character is starting to get a bit tired. Down there, we can see quite the horde of zombies indeed. Oh my goodness. Dog meat, don't fight them, please. Please, dog meat. Oh my... There's like 40 of them. Okay, now that amount of zombies, there is nothing we can do to deal with that. We can't fight it. We have to get additional assistance. And by additional assistance, it's better to have a mutual enemy. And so that's why we're going to try and head to the center of Concord, because in the center of Concord, we we should be able to find ourselves. Ow, I've just been hit by a zombie. Oh, that's a lot of damage, and I'm bleeding. Oh, dear. But yes, in the center of Concord, we should be able to find ourselves some raiders fighting against Preston Garvey. That's exactly the kind of person we want to have. So quick, round this corner we go, over this car, around the side of these zombies, and then here we are, right in the center. Lovely. I can see, oh my God, I can see 40 zombies in front of me. What the heck is going on here? Oh, no, no, no. Ow. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Run. Run, run, run. There's like 70 zombies. We just need to get past them into the museum. Okay, right, let's load in. There's about 70 zombies behind us. If they follow us in, we are dead. But if they don't, we're fine. Okay, good. Lovely. So yeah, there's a lot of enemies in here, and they are raiders. And even though I'm heavily damaged, that's okay. There's one raider in front of me in the ground. Luckily for me, he's Bethesdaing out, so we shouldn't actually have a problem there. And this is just a level 1 raider, which means, oh, he dodged my shot! That cheeky bugger, that's 2 bullets wasted. Oh, don't shoot back, that's rude. We got one raider there. There we go. We can see that we shot them, and so they're bleeding out. But there we go. We'll finish them off. Lovely. Right, around this corner we need to go. We've got 2 raiders in here, and I think one of them has a shotgun. There we go. Right, that's one dead. There's the other. Quick, torso shot. Go. Bam. Good stuff. Lovely. That's what VATS is all about. This gentleman actually has quite a fancy weapon, an M14. We will be stealing that, and I think that's probably a better weapon for us to use. Yes, increased damage. So let's grab that M14 and continue with our adventure. All right, so we know there's a couple more raiders later. Oh, there's one. Oh, we blew his head off. Oh, and there's his friend. Oh, we shot his arm off. There we go. What are you going to do with one arm and a pool cue? That was brave gentleman, I guess, but fantastic. He's been defeated. Preston now has called us in to help him out, which is good stuff. There we go. We've defeated a lot of these enemies, and that is fantastic for us. So let's go and have a conversation with him, hear about the Minutemen, and then we'll hopefully all join them on a route to Sanctuary. So there we go. We're going to say that we're glad to help, and we're going to continue to help him. From here on out, the mission is simple. We're going to be sent up to the roof to take control of some power armor and grab a minigun. From there, we're meant to fight raiders and a Deathclaw. However, there are also about 70 zombies outside of this building. All right, let's level up. I think the 2 most important things for us to grab right now is an additional point into luck so that we get 2 luck, and then we need to grab Scrounger. This is going to allow us to find more ammunition in all containers, and I believe this is where the fun begins, ladies and gents. And there it is. Look at that lovely little power armor. Oh, we get a bunch of battery rounds as well, a bit of adhesive. Perfect. We'll actually need that for making some weapons, and then we can enter this glorious power armor. Wabam. Perfect. And now we can pick up the minigun. There we go. Right, now with that, raiders should be spawning in, and they're going to be fighting the zombies down there. I mean, I wish them luck, but there's quite a lot of zombies and definitely not enough raiders. I mean, just hear those guns firing away. Poor guys are going to be having a rough time. There's this raider up here who normally we would kill, but actually I don't think it's a good idea. We want the raiders to do as much of slimming down the enemy as possible. So I mean, just look at that. There's so many. What was I just shot? Oh, you shot me. Okay, fine. We are killing that raider. There we go. He's dead. Okay, and how about those zombies? There we go, we can get a few of them. I mean, it's not the most effective because it's not very accurate. We can blow off a few of their limbs. I suppose provided they all stand in the same spot, it's not too bad. There we go, good stuff. What about these ones down here in front of us? There we go, good, 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 good. There we go, yes. Honestly, the more zombies we take out of commission, the better. Got a small horde coming in from down here. There we go, I think that's a lot of the undead now dealt with. Okay, here we go. We're going to drop down, and this is where things get very, very spicy. What do we got coming down the main street? A few zombies from that side. There's one zombie over there, attached to the wall. Let's quickly grab him, his friend. Oh, you as well. Hello, you. I ain't got time for you, friend. And oh my goodness, we've got a horde coming down the street. Just full fire, full auto. Left side. What do we got? Another zombie. Down you go. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them. The sun is setting. There's so many. I'm in such a crossfire. I've got zombies horde to the left, zombie horde coming from the front. Oh my gosh, this game is so good. I love it. This is just what I love about Bethesda games. You can modify them and they just become a whole different experience. Okay, apparently we did it. We've cleared out all the necessary hostiles, which is pretty good indeed. Anyway, where's Preston? I guess he's downstairs. All right, okay, so Preston Garvey and his group are going to start heading towards Sanctuary now. The only problem is I need to follow them. However, I am so incredibly injured that I can't run. This is my top movement speed. So yeah, not exactly very good at all. If I wear the power armor, I am actually then able to move at a bit of a pace, which is good. Now we are going to try and follow our group over towards Sanctuary Hills because, yeah, there's no way my character is safely making it to Sanctuary without a bit of additional assistance. All right, so here's the group, and here we are in the world. It is looking quite bleak out here. We can grab ourselves some ammunition and follow along. Yeah, this environment is very dangerous. We've got our first undead. I'm not going to use the minigun because we might actually need that in future. Instead, I'm going to use the M1 carbine. We have got one zombie coming in up ahead. Oh, miss. Let's try and not miss. There you go. Preston landed a good shot. Come on, Preston. Hit again. That was a complete miss, Preston. I'm missing. My goodness. Is this gun even accurate? What is wrong with me? There we go. Okay, I think I might need to switch back to the 10mm pistol because, yeah, these guys are dangerous. Oh my, I can see my mini-map blowing up now already. There's a lot of bodies somewhere. Preston and the gang, you ready to move on up? Oh, because we've got a small little horde coming down the road towards us. Luckily, it's nothing too crazy, and with the additional bodies behind us, it will be okay. Okay, we've got some dangerous armored enemies coming up, actually. I might try a fragmentation grenade. Let me just quickly hold that one out. Whoa! Jeez, that enemy went running. The frag grenade, I think, was effective. This zombie is charging towards us. Good shot by me. Whoa, and this one in front of me. Hello. How did that miss? Okay, I'm going to have to change weapon. I'm running out of ammo there. Let's switch to the pistol because we have 156 shots. Oh, beans. This one's very annoyingly powerful. Shots to the head, please. Shots to the head, please. This one's fully armored. That's why they're so hard to take out. Ow, we are on very low health. Enemies behind us, enemies in front of us. Use the terrain. We've just got to use the terrain. Okay, here's that horde I encountered earlier. Yep, they're coming down towards us. Right, quick, hurl some nades over. Fragmentation grenades aren't perfect, but because they disperse shrapnel, yes, actually, they did a great job. There we go, good shot. Okay, I think just one more on the main road. We need to keep moving, because if we get bogged down, we just attract other zombies to our area. Right, come on, guys, keep moving forwards. There is another horde coming in from the south, but I think they've got it covered, so I'll just quickly loot these bodies up here. Right, I'll grab as much of this as I can, and then we're going to want to make our way out of here. Come on, guys, let's be swift about this. I've got no power left. Oh, beans, right, it really does want me to exit the power armor. I think I'm going to have to. Okay, I'm going to have to exit the power armor, otherwise I'm going to be left behind by the others, because they're now starting to run on. So let's quickly hop out of here. Let's get on out of here and leave that power armor behind for another day. All right, come on, Preston and the gang. Let's get over to Sanctuary and get something safe set up. Oh, we get Dogmeat back. Hello, Dogmeat. Oh, nice to have you, my dude. All right, come with me, Dogmeat. Let's go on an adventure. And by adventure, I mean I need you to help distract against the undead again. My goodness, this really is just a death march. What a first day we've had. This is Fallout at its peak. What an experience. All right, we've made it to Sanctuary. It is pitch black, but it is ours. There is just 2 zombies over there, I think, in a house. But outside of that, it's looking relatively safe. All right, so Preston's finally made it over to Sanctuary, nice and safe and sound. So yes, I think we're finally in a nice area where we can actually settle down. Now, of course, Preston is also going to give us a mission to go and help out some other settlements out in the wilderness, which is probably a good idea. We can get a little bit of experience and potentially get ourselves a few little safe zones for navigating around the world, which is very useful indeed. Anyway, that's our first mission completed, and we can now also use the workshop in Sanctuary to turn this into a proper little base. Now I'm going to grab the sniper perk from the skill tree. I think this is going to be very useful, as we'll largely be switching to using scoped weaponry when it comes to dealing with the enemies from here on out. Right, now we do want to get this place slightly smartened up, considering it's going to be home for the next while, and part of that is going to mean that we want to start adding in some beds and making this place just a little bit more livable. So let's add in some basic beds, just the simplest possible ones imaginable. I think just some basic sleeping bags are a good idea. They don't use up too many resources, and we can safely place these beds inside of some of our rooms without the fear of any of the undead reaching our lovely friends. Then we have some other additional problems, namely a requirement for electricity. This will be quite useful indeed because we're going to want to start producing water. And we're quite lucky in that Sanctuary has access to a wonderful water source. So what we can do is place this lovely water purifier down, and now this will hopefully produce us with a large amount of water, provided it gets some electricity. Right, then we need to stop worrying about food, another very important little resource. For food, we can just basically plant crops, and then potentially some of our citizens can start growing them. And then finally, we're going to want actual defenses, various structures that will hopefully keep our citizens alive. A lot of them do require either electricity or circuitry, and honestly, we don't have access to any of that. So unfortunately, our turrets are going to be quite basic for a while. Handmade pipe gun turrets, to be specific. We can only afford one, so I'm going to place it down over here near our central house. There we go. There we go, fantastic. A little more looting later, and things are looking a lot better. However, we are very tired, so we need to get our characters to sleep and get slightly rested up so that way we can continue our adventure tomorrow. So let's send ourselves to sleep at the end of the first day, although I guess it's technically the start of the second day. Let's just get a crisp 3 hours sleep. Not that much, but hopefully enough to shake some of our tiredness. We awake still overtired. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright, so food is now mostly secured for our citizens. The one thing we're lacking really is more defense. We can improve this by physically building ourselves a guard post, and I think it makes sense to actually construct one over near our bridge. So I'm going to build this nice little guard tower, and then with some of our excess resources, build some guard post barriers. This will hopefully stop the undead climbing up the rocks and simply walking into our sanctuary. If we can find more circuitry and gears, we can actually also start building machine gun turrets that I think will be some of the most useful weapons we have. Alternatively, various traps and spiked barricades can be useful. Another important thing we're going to need to construct is the recruitment radio beacon. This requires circuitries, crystal and copper, and by building this we'd be able to recruit new settlers to our settlement, something that I think will be very, very important indeed. There we go. So now we have ourselves a perfectly functioning base with defense, food and water. Lovely. Right, so it's a very foggy day. We've got some of our basic resources set up. However, we need more. We need adhesives, we need crystal, we need circuitry. All of this important stuff will allow us to grow our settlement out and upgrade our weapons so that way we can actually fight off the zombies better. Now, our best way to get those resources is come off in this direction and to go and say hello to Trashcan Clara, who is a trader who moves between Sanctuary and another motel over here. She sells all of the necessary resources we need. We're now going to make our way over to hopefully where the trader is located, or at least I'm going to see how close I can get to it. Actually, wait, no, we have hardly any hours of daylight left. It is a really bad and dangerous idea for us to run off in that direction and try and find the trader. So instead, we're going to play a little bit smarter. I'm going to go down into the hidden area beneath the Red Rocket truck stop. Hopefully we can find ourselves in this mole rat den a few useful resources. Of course, in reality, what we will find in this mole rat den is probably a large amount of zombies. Yep, there's one zombie. In fact, there's two. One dead. Oh my goodness, there's four of them over there. Dogmeat is doing a splendid job of keeping them distracted whilst I can pop heads, so there we go. Good job, Dogmeat. Down here we can find ourselves another fusion core. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of radiation. And oh dear, okay, right, we've got one more zombie here. Good shot. And another zombie. There we go. That is them dealt with. Oh, and a safe. Perfect. What do we got in here? Ah, a landmine, some other medication, and duct tape. There we go. Duct tape is good. That's an adhesive. We definitely want as much of that as possible. And then unfortunately, there's no other useful loot here. Oh dear, this is terrible. I was really expecting something good. Okay, there we go. Dogmeat's back up. And after we've been in there, yeah, it's quite clear that it's getting late now. So we need to skedaddle our way out of here. Oh my goodness, it's gotten so dark so quickly. Just look at how horribly spooky this is. I can hardly see anywhere. Luckily, we've tidied up this entire area from undead, but even so, right, we're going to give our character a really good night's sleep because we need it. We are absolutely knackered. Right, there we go. We wake at the start of day 3. The fog is still here, but hopefully the sun will come out soon enough and actually burn it away. Hopefully this is going to be the day where we actually find some really good success. All right, perfect. Dogmeat has my M14, and I'm hoping we can craft an upgraded sight onto this. Yeah, there we go. A long scope. It does look slightly ridiculous mounted to the top of this, but it will hopefully give us the necessary range in order to fight the undead. Alright, so there we go. Our weapon's been given a considerable upgrade. So we have ourselves a nice new weapon. Let's see how this new scope looks. Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. But when zoomed in, yeah, that's the range we need. Perfect. Alright, so my mission today is to try and locate Trashcan Clara and do some business with her. I get the feeling we'll find her somewhere over in this direction towards the normal trader. And even if we don't run into her, if we can make our way to the diner trader, then that will be good enough. There is also a little settlement over here, which is relatively peaceful, and it looks like they don't have any zombies they need to worry about. Perfect, good for them. It's the Abernathy farm. Alright, well these guys look relatively safe, which is quite nice. Okay, right, so it's off to the merchant trader next. Presumably somewhere off in this direction. Alright, so our target is over here, basically in a straight line. We'll be able to make our way to the Drumlin Diner. Actually, wait, Dogmeat, can I... Oh, here's Trashcan Clara. We found her. She's walking on the road. Perfect. Now, pro tip, when you meet Trashcan Clara, you always want to start with the sarcastic option. She gives you a flat 10% discount on all of her items. I love Trashcan Clara. One of the best NPCs this game has. So yeah, she has a lot of fancy weapons, including some superior 10mm pistols, lots of explosives, even food. What we're looking for is something a little bit more complicated. Ah, yes, there we go. We need crystals. Clearly the microscope has some and the camera has some. Right, so we need 2 crystal in order to make our radio beacon. And then we also need some circuitry. Now, unfortunately for me, I don't think there's any circuitry other than this shipment of circuitry, which costs 1,884. We're definitely never going to be able to afford that. Oh, but we can afford the hot plate. The hot plate is 2 circuitry in it. Perfect. Right, so we grab the hot plate. We then also grab the camera for the 2 crystal. And there we go. That only costs us 42. Clara, it was a pleasure doing business with you. I'm going to see you later, girl. Back to the Abernathy farm for me and then across over to Sanctuary. All right, here we go. We made it back to the bridge into Sanctuary. Lovely. Finally, we're a little bit safer now. And here's our lovely guard standing on post. Good stuff. Everything feels a little bit safer when you've got armed citizens around defending you. I no longer really feel like I'm just going to get crept up upon by some nightmarish zombie. All right, and so here we are, ready to dump off our stuff. Let's store all of that junk, and now we can build ourselves the beacon. All right, here it is, the recruitment radio beacon. It only requires 1 electricity, so pretty easy for us just to build here, connect up to our network, and there we go. Now when turned on, it will attract new settlers to our base. As you can see, we start with only 5 settlers. This should hopefully increase with time. However, there is a total cap. You're allowed 10 settlers per settlement with an increase of 1 per charisma stat you have. However, there is another way to get around that. If you make friends with a nearby settlement, you can actually move the settlers there over to your main settlement without problems. So my goal today is pretty simple. We're going to run our way across the map over here to Tenpines Bluff. When we're there, the settlers are probably going to give us a mission to slay some nearby zombies. After doing that, we'll be able to convince the settlers to move on over to Sanctuary, where things will be much safer. And I guess in order to employ some of our other citizens, it makes sense for us to build various towers around the place. So, bam, there's another guard post there. We can even have a little guard post chair there as well. And fantastic, things are looking much better. Right, so that is this starting area sorted. We are much better defended. So from here on out, I need to make my way over to Tenpines Bluff and make friends with those lovely settlers. We can't afford to be slowed down. We need to get ourselves a wiggle on. And unfortunately, it seems like that wiggle is going to include going in front of those enemies there. There we go. So I can now pull out my sniper. Okay, that's 1 dead enemy. Good shot, if I do say so myself. And we've got a few zombies coming our way. Yep, there's one. Nice, good shot from me. Oh, I can see you. Someone shambling. There he is. Come on, go around that tree. Dead. Final one now. Where are you at? I guess we can close him closer with a pistol. Bam. Easy peasy. Good shots from me. There should be 2 citizens here. Yeah, 2 people just living by here. Oh, and actually a trader as well. Oh, we're kind of lucky, aren't we? Hello, Lucas. What you got, my dude? You've got quite a lot of stuff. Fancy metal heavy pieces of armor, they're very good. But ultimately, no, you're selling nothing that I actually want. However, I can sell you some of my drugs. I really don't get the feeling that I'm going to be using Psycho anytime soon. Pleasure doing business with you, sir. Hopefully your guards can deal with those zombies, as I'm going to assist these lovely settlers with what they need. Yeah, okay, so apparently it's a raider gang, not ghouls giving them trouble, so that's fine. Okay, and so we've been given the mission to go and clear out some raiders from the Corvega assembly plant. Let me find that on the map. Oh my goodness, are you insane? We are never going over to the Corvega assembly plant. That is utter madness. That is so far away. We'd have to wander straight into some very heavily contested enemy city, and I just don't think that's a particularly smart idea at all. Okay, seeing as this settlement has given us an incredibly difficult challenge, we're actually going to target something else. We're going to keep heading east, where we can find a radio tower located over here. We should be able to boost the signal of our recruitment beacon, allowing us to reach even further into the wilderness. And we've got a long day ahead of us and a nice clear sky, so it makes sense to go for a wander in the wilderness. It doesn't seem too dangerous today either. There it is, that's what I'm looking for, this lovely little radio tower. Up on the hill we have got quite a few zombies already, but you know, we can deal with them. There we go, that's another dead, and another. It's literally just popping heads from a distance. This is the safest way to engage with them. There we go, I think that's basically all of them immediately murdered without having to even get close. Perfect. This is what it's all about. Safe engagement distances. Flawless from us. And here it is, Radio Tower, free SM. There's a couple of dead traders nearby. Poor guys didn't make it at all, but hey, we have. And that means we can take control of this relay tower. So let's extend the range of our satellites. Here it goes, boosting up the little signals. And come on. Yes, there we go. We can now get a bunch of signals. According to the game's wiki, that will actually increase the rate at which we get new settlers, which is very nice indeed. Okay, now if we are going to grab a large amount of settlers, I guess the smartest thing for us to actually do is to run over to Covenant, a seemingly well-fortified town located vaguely over in that direction. We can take control of this settlement after completing the quest from the residents, and I think that would be quite a good idea indeed. And I think if we take this road, it should take us basically straight over towards Covenant. Let me scope on in. Yeah, I think it's that compound just up ahead. Okay, here we are. We have made it to Covenant. Now, many of you would be saying, why don't you just take over this place? After all, it's got walls and it's got turrets. But remember, our challenge is to rebuild Sanctuary, because that's where our home from before the war is. Now, to gain access to here, all we need to do is answer a bogus personality quiz, and huzzah, we have entry. This is good because it's starting to get very dark, and I get the feeling we're going to need to spend the night over here. It's just not safe to travel in pitch black darkness, and this place looks well enough defended to me. Alright, so yeah, it's getting very late. I think we're going to have to turn in the night here. So I think I'm just going to do a little bit of inventory organization, and then we're going to go to sleep. Alright, so let's just get ourselves set up for a comfy night. Oh, what is going on? Oh, beans. Okay, there's a fight. Evidently something's happening. What is it? All of the settlers are up in arms. If I had to guess, we've got zombies coming. Yep, okay. There's evidently some kind of horde has wandered in down the road. Come on, friends. Let me pull out my gun. What do we got over here? Zombies walking down the main road. There's one to the left. Fantastic. Okay, let's get them dealt with. The turrets aren't the most effective, but they're getting the job done. Wow, okay. They managed it. Jeez, this place is well defended. Fantastic, guys. That's a whole bunch of zombies dealt with. I don't know how many there actually were, but they've really mowed them down. Fine, at least some of these zombies actually had some ammunition on them. That's pretty useful. But there we go. That's all fine. Well done, settlers. You've managed to survive what could have been quite a little bit of a dangerous fight with only one dead citizen. That's okay. All right, I think we can have a good night's sleep knowing that we're going to be safe at least in this place, and wake up at the crack of dawn tomorrow. All right, we wake up on day 4, just 3 days to go now. My goodness, time is flying by fast. Sanctuary still only has 6 residents, which is not very good, but fine. That's okay, I guess. Wait, they've got a doctor here. Yes, patch me up, doc. Please get rid of this radiation. There we go. Lovely. We can get our radiation dealt with. Fantastic. That cost me 100 bottle caps. My goodness. I can also get some healing done. Hopefully the healing doesn't cost as much as 100 bottle caps, because my goodness, that was pricey. 60. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. Cheers. Okay, fantastic. So we've now been given a clean bill of health. This settlement is a fair bit safer, and we're good to go out into the wider world. Lovely. Good for us. So when it comes to doing this quest, we're meant to try and find a caravan, basically, and then we'll eventually work out the Covenant is actually working with some scientists to abduct suspected synths from the world map and basically run experiments on them. However, we can bypass almost all of the quest line by just going straight over to where the secret base is located, which is on the other side of the river. But yeah, so the place we're aiming for is just over there on the other side of the river, so we just need to run our way around. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a very high chance we're going to have to violently fight our way through this lab before we can eventually ally with them, but that's okay. Alright, okay, down into the hidden base we go. We got to be quick about this. Run, 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 run. It's full of rats. Oh, we're really not likely to win that. Oh dear, okay, we failed. We failed the charisma check. We failed the charisma check. Right, well, that's kind of a problem. Quick, let's get our gun out. We now have to go violent. Compound guards. And luckily, these guys aren't zombies, which means mostly we can just simply shoot them in the body, and that's them dead. The problem we run into is going to be the turret. We got a bit of light bleeding in my arm. Stop that light bleeding. Oh, hello. No, Mr. Guard, please don't think about it. There we go. You're dead. Oh, we got someone called Blythe running down at us. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. Okay, also, I think I want to deal with that turret. Yep, there we go. Bam. Machine gun turret dead. I think there's one enemy located up there on the rafters, but we can deal with that. All right, we still got to go through this compound. It's not the most dangerous, provided we get the drop on everyone. There's someone. Dead. This room looks clear to me now. Good. Lots of ammunition here as well. Okay, deeper into this facility we go. Oh, that's clearly a guard. Dead. Oh, and another dead. Oh dear, there's a lot of enemies in here, isn't there? Oh my goodness, I've got to really stealth around here, don't I? There's a turret up there. Dead. Not too sure where the remaining enemies are located. If I had to guess, they're over there on that walkway. I think there's probably going to be one person over here, isn't there? There we go. Perfect. Right. Okay. Got one guy who might have eyes on me. Just walked around the corner. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Right. Shot to the body. Bam. Go! Yeah! Sneak attack for 2 times damage. This is what the rifle is all about. Oh, we got someone coming around the corner. There we go. He's got his head out. There we go. Bam! Oh, good shot. And I can see one guy over there. Come on. That's one shot to the body. He might bleed out from that. There we go. Yeah, he did actually bleed out. Nice. Good gut shot. And let's continue our adventure. That clearly looks like a turret to me. Dead. Oh, got one compound guard here. Bam, 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 bam. Quick, before you can shoot back. Good, good, good. One more. Come on, shoot, please. My goodness. Oh, dear, I'm terrified. A shotgun at point-blank range. No thank you, game. No thank you. And I think the rest of this area is now also safe. I've cleared it out completely. I want to grab this M1 carbine. Yeah, I probably do, actually. Okay, so I've got this M1 carbine. It takes 0.38 bullets, which we have hundreds of, so I'm probably going to actually switch to this for the remainder of our fight here. Oh, there's a man. Bam, come on. Oh, good shot. One more. Please, he's got an M14 as well. Get him, Ivana. Yes, good. Oh, and another. One shot already. I've shot off his arm, and he's dead. Okay, we're safer. Guess we can go two different routes. This looks like the exit door, so we need to make our way this way through, where, yeah, it looks like we get to meet the final doctor. Hello. Sorry I killed all of your guards. Let me side with you. All right, so basically, if we cut the deal and agree with her, and we let her continue her work, Covenant then becomes a settlement that we can actually work with. All right, and there we go. This synth lady gets murdered, and there we go. Now Covenant will work quite happily with us, which is very good indeed. So there we go. Good job, Dr. Chambers. Keep up your good work of randomly murdering people for no particular reason. Anyway, right, we are done with this place. We've murdered a good amount of people, and now we can make our way back to the Covenant without feeling too bad for the long pile of dead bodies we've left behind. All right, and there we have it. We've made our way back to Covenant from the other side of the river. Very good. I'd say, honestly, considering it's only 10:30, we've done a really good amount of work. Anyway, this settlement is now actually friendly to us, which is really, really cool. Yeah, they're willing to work with us. And so, yeah, this settlement is now basically ours. It's fantastic. There's quite a few settlers here, quite a few regular people, but the main thing that we're looking for here is the ability to move settlers around. Right, so I've now commanded the population of Covenant to move to Sanctuary, so we now have 13 hands ready to arrive. Only problem is we probably don't have the crops waiting for them, so I'm going to steal all of the food I can from Covenant and then get it planted over in our new area. Oh my goodness, okay, we're almost back at our base, but it looks like a radiation storm is starting. Quick, let's get ourselves inside. This isn't a good thing at all. I think some of our new settlers might have arrived ahead of me, actually at Sanctuary, which would be really good if that's the case, but I don't know for certain. We're going to need to make some improvements here now that we have more settlers on the way. Yeah, we need even more beds. Right, let's get some structures built. Let's get ourselves a nice large metal shack built. Perfect. And then in here we can place some nice swanky beds. There we go, perfect. Everyone's got themselves a nice comfy bed. I also get the feeling we're going to need more crops, so I'm going to place down as many of these corns as I can. Good stuff. Place down some melons, some mud fruit, some potatoes. There we go, that's all looking good to me. Fantastic. Alright, so I spent a decent bit of time building a little bit of an outer wall, just, you know, shoring up some of our defenses, making sure none of the undead can just wander in from this side of our base. Right, so that is most of the fortifications built up on this side of Sanctuary. We do have some space for more fortifications on the backside towards the vault that we need to mess about with, but we can probably hold off on that until tomorrow. I mean, after all, the weather is looking utterly terrible at the moment. So yeah, things in our settlement are looking very good. We've got 13 people just wandering around, which is great. So I think it's time for us to hit the sack and wake up on a brand new day. Hopefully with less nightmare radiation floating around in the skies. Alright, so we start day 5 with just 2 days remaining, but things are looking pretty good for us. Our base is starting to get set up quite nicely. We've got ourselves a lot more weaponry in the form of new assistants. The one thing we are potentially lacking, however, are some weaponry upgrades. You see, we can technically actually improve all of our lovely civilians by upgrading the weapons that they actually have equipped. A lot of them are just going to have basic pistols. Like, for example, Jacob here. A useless pipe auto pistol really isn't going to do that much damage against a zombie. So instead, we can equip him with the Mauser 98 sniper rifle. See, I'm going to grab a few of these fancy weapons and armor and start handing it out to some of our assistants. So here you go, have yourself a Mauser. I can force you to equip it. I can then even give you this assault gas mask and force you to wear that. There we go, perfect. You're looking a fair bit better now. Alright, who else needs a weaponry upgrade? Penny? What have you got on you, Penny? Pipe auto pistol? Yep, that's not going to cut it. Let's upgrade you to a 10mm. Random settler lady. You just wanted to introduce yourself. Oh, I guess you're a new settler who just moved in here. Perfect. You have also got only a pipe pistol, so here, get upgraded with a 10mm. Oh, the sun's finally starting to come out. Nice, good stuff. Right, so this little section I'm fencing off now should be the pathway to the vault completely sealed off. So yeah, we're almost at the point where the entire entirety of Sanctuary is fenced in. It's only this side over there. We have a huge amount of land to still work with, which is great because with this amount of people, we've got a lot of potential to grow even more food, which is very nice indeed. All right, and there we go. Outside of this main bridge, in and out of the settlement, we have now successfully sealed off everything. That is perfect. Yes. What a remarkable improvement we've made. There we go. What a huge upgrade to the security of our area. I want to set up a few little watchtowers around and about just so that we actually have good sight lines over on the wilderness. From my little perch up here, I can see really far off in the distance. These sight lines are fantastic. I can even see that zombie all the way over there. Let me see if I can hit his head. Oh, come on. You stop moving your head. Let's see if I can hit him. Bam. Oh, okay. I took off his arm. And there we go. There goes the head. Nice. So yeah, from the comfort of our defenses, we're now relatively safe and we have a small little militia force, basically, ready to actually deal with any undead that do come our way. So it's the horde that will arrive on the 7th day can only attack from the direction of the red rocket, and when they do, they have to be funneled down our little sight lines here. And we have these very cool little turrets set up for when they do. We got a large amount of new settlers, huge amounts of crops going. Yep, this is looking much, much better. Fantastic. And what we're going to do for this day is going to be pretty simple. We can wander on over to the Abernathy farm and maybe recruit them. However, I think my goal is going to be retrieving the power armor that we've left over here. If we can get the power armor back to Sanctuary, that would be fantastic because we can start working on it, potentially upgrading it, and in the very least getting it back into a fighting shape. So that way when the horde does arrive, we can take a few extra hits. Right, where did I leave that power armor? It was somewhere around here. Ah, there it is. Oh, wow. Look at you. You're absolutely knackered, poor power armor. Let's get in. So there we go. One nice big power armor. It definitely takes us from being rather pathetic to a far more formidable fighting force. However, we're still going to need to make some repairs. Oh, but it does feel good to return to our base, spotting our sentries up on their towers, ready for whatever comes our way. This is good. All right, there we go. We've repaired all of the armor and re-equipped it onto the T-45. So yes, it's now back into proper fighting form and we can just leave it lying around here. Good stuff. All right, now I'm also going to upgrade my M1 carbine here and give it a superior scope. So that way we can see enemies coming from a greater distance. So yeah, I guess we're going to take Dogmeat out and do a little bit of scouting. All right, so I think our best bet is to head off over to the east, over towards that radio tower that we spotted earlier. Now, there's a couple of raiders there, and raiders are going to be a great source of us getting additional ammunition. Plus, there's a chance we can find a locket there that will allow us to complete the mission for Abernathy Farm, meaning that we can have a couple of extra hands for our fight. That is mostly hopeful thinking, but you never know. And that's the big radar dish off to our left. Chances are we got quite a few zombies as well as raiders milling about the place. That's okay, the two of them can probably fight each other. And yep, I can hear gunshots. That is clearly a raider unloading onto zombies. I can see a few zombies are actually climbing up behind him a bit, but that's okay. All right, the raider has kind of fallen back a bit. I think he's doing a good job, just trying to maintain safe distance. Quite smart indeed, sir. And I think he has successfully finished off all of the zombies. Oh no, he's just turned around to face a different side. My goodness, this man is going for it. Right, let's help him out. And by that I mean shoot him in the back. There we go, he bleeds out. Lovely. That sneak attack for extra damage did the trick. Right, there probably won't be many more zombies actually left for us to clear out. So I get the feeling this guy did a very solid job of tidying up. Yeah, we've only got like 4 zombies hiding over there in the woods. There we go, lovely. Look at me. Nice. There we go. Good shot. Okay, no zombies in that direction, which means only zombies in this direction. Who we got in here? Hello there, Mr. Zombie. Dogmeat's got you. Nice. Oh, yeah, Dogmeat. Get him on the ground. Nice. Sweet. Good job, my dude. And then there's you. Dead. Leaving just this guy here. Go on, crawl on round, and boop. Sweet. Nice, I think we've done our job there. All right, let's go down into this facility and deal with the raiders. And oh my goodness, what is going on here? Got a bunch of raiders. Oh, they're running around, I think, fighting zombies down there. Well, you know, we can help them out a bit. There you go, you're dead. You don't have to worry about fighting the zombies anymore. What's it like down there? Oh my goodness, Akak, you haven't even got any arms. Where are you going? Get back here. You look terrible. I get the feeling there might be a lot of undead down there. Oh, you dropped a minigun. Jeez. How many zombies are there? Oh, there's one. Okay, this is going to be bad. I can already tell this is going to be an absolute mess. There's one raider down there. There's a raider. Bam, dead. Actually, no, we just took off his arm. He's still very much alive. Dogmeat is doing his thing. We don't need to worry about that. Oh my goodness. This weapon. so we found the locket, which is what we were looking for, but I think inside this door is a large amount of zombies. I have no idea how many, but yeah, it's not looking good. We have a few options. We can try and fight them, but we don't technically have to. So I get the feeling it's basically my civic duty to fight here. All right, this is going to require playing smarter rather than harder. So step one, I'm just going to throw a landmine over there, and then that means when we open up this door, which is logically filled with undead, they'll wander on over to the landmine and detonate it. All I have to do is make sure that I'm nowhere near close to the landmine. So let's quickly open up this door and then very rapidly run away. Next up, we're going to want to also throw a grenade in there. So let's equip my fragmentation nade and yeet. Whoa, my goodness. Yeah, that did the trick. And throw in another in there because, yeah, it just looks like there's quite a lot going on. A lot of these zombies are also quite sprintery. So, yeah, not the kind we want to mess with. Jeez, you took a lot of shots to the body. Bam, you die. You die as well. Right, I think we just got this one zombie left. Come on, shoot him in the head. Good job. There we go. Right, zombies dealt with. Geez, this room was absolutely filled with them. And the good news is, because of our perks, some of them actually have useful little bits of ammunition on them. Fantastic. Yeah, grenades were definitely the solution here. Brilliant for thinning out hordes. And we now get the key for the intel room upstairs. Lovely. Sweet. And then now that we have access to the intel room, oh, that means we have access to this trunk. Look at all of this ammunition. Lovely. Tactical 10mm pistol and a superior bit of armor. Yeah, this is great. Good amounts of loot, even more 10mm rounds, swanky bag with a Molotov cocktail in it. Good stuff indeed. It was actually a really good idea to go and clear out this base. Huge amounts of ammunition, and now we can bring the farm into our sphere of influence. All right, let's make our way over to the Abernathy farm. God, the weather is terrible. I literally can't see anything. You know, I genuinely can't see even just an inch in front of me. This is one of the main perks of having dog meat, is that he can actually spot and deal with any enemies that come our way. Oh, there's some. Here we got one zombie over there. Perfect. That's one dealt with. There's the other. Good stuff. Right, over to the farm we go. Hello, farm. Are you guys still here? Yes, you are. None of you have died. Good. So there we go. We can actually return the locket to their family after their daughter was killed by said raiders. That makes them very happy. They actually pay us. They give us some experience. And there we go. We're now able to use this as a safe area and potentially call upon the residents here to assist us if we're ever attacked. I will give them actually a little defensive turret here because I think they could use the assistance. But otherwise, this settlement is safe. And, you know, I think we should probably actually spend the night sleeping here. It's far too late for us to head over to the other house. It's just way too dark and dangerous for us to head back to Sanctuary. Looks like we've got ourselves another radioactive storm about to hit. Yep, there we go. I'm just gaining a huge amount of rads. Right, let's quickly get back to our base. I guess we could stay inside the red rocket. That's probably a smart idea. That's at least got a roof on it. Quick, inside, my goodness. That kind of puts a dampener on my plans for the rest of the day. Okay, right, this area isn't safe. The storm is very much ongoing. Right, let's go down to the mole rat den. That's safe. Basically just need to be indoors for the duration of a storm like this. So we're probably gonna have to spend a couple hours down here. It is 2 p.m, so we've basically just lost our entire final day. Still, what can you do? When life gives you lemons, you gotta eat the lemons. Yep, okay, it's gone from the nuclear apocalypse to just an average sunny day in Britain. So, yep, things are looking back to normal. Good. We have unfortunately lost a decent amount of time. It's now 5 p.m. Even if we were to run out now and try and scavenge stuff, we'd barely make it into Concord. So yeah, back to Sanctuary we go. Let's get our last few defenses in the form of this absolutely lovely oil lamppost. Huzzah! Fantastic. Yep, that's gonna really light up the way if we have any zombies coming down the bridge. Good stuff. Right, here we are, dawn of the final day, day 7. Any moment now, a large zombie horde is about to start marching its way from the red rocket over towards Sanctuary. This is where the fun, ladies and gents, is going to begin. Right, let's go see if we can actually find our undead horde. And yep, okay, we can see it. We can see it. Look at that coming over the hill. Okay, wow, it really does just go as far as the eyes can see. Well, a couple of shots here and there are going to be necessary. Let's just quickly throw them down into the horde. I mean, these bullets will hit. There's definitely quite a lot over there. Many off in the background as well, trying to path their way over. Our turrets are now going. Good job, turrets. Keep up the good work. I'm going to pull back out of here a bit. Dog meat, don't go out over there. It's fine. It's going to be okay. Okay. Yeah, look at them. They're still coming in. I can try and pick off some ones at the back whilst our turrets deal with the front. Oh, we've got our first settler out here to assist. It's Jacob Orden. Come on, Jacob. Grab that rifle of yours. I gave you a fantastic fancy sniper rifle. You best be using it. Oh, we've got even more assistance. Who's that? Is that the minigun going? No, it's this turret I've got set up here. Perfect. It's got a good crossfire on the bridge. Lovely. This is it. Good. Okay, first few zombies are starting to come on in, but that's okay. I can shoot them down in the legs, and that actually slows them down really, really well. I'm going through quite a few of my bullets, but that's okay. Mr. Handy's out there and fighting. Yeah, go, Mr. Handy, go! Oh my goodness, Sturgis is literally just running straight in at the enemy. Sturgis, are you a lunatic, good sir? That is madness. Okay, yeah, it looks like even Preston Garvey's actually leading the offensive. Right, this is going quite well. I think this machine gun turret has literally exploded because it's killed so many zombies. And here we go. We're pushing on out. Lovely stuff. Good job, guys. How many more we got left? Codsworth, you're just dealing with the ones up on the floor. Good stuff. Around the corner we go. Oh, I fell into the water. Beans, there's a lot of body parts rolling around down here. Tell you what, though, for a first wave, ladies and gents, that one went very well. We'll get a second wave at the end of the day, but that was absolutely fantastic. Look at how well my kill box worked. And best of all, I get to run around now trying to loot all of these bodies, getting back some of the ammunition we used. Oh my goodness, there's so many bodies. This is actually ridiculous. How on earth did we manage this? Look at this. Yeah, with a proper nighttime horde upon us, this is where things get dangerous. These zombies are faster, more agile, more legendary than ever before. And I mean, just look at them running their way towards us. Let's keep dropping back a bit. These zombies keep running up the front here. Trashcan, Clara, drop back. We've got one of our settlers dropping back as well. Go on, use the cover in this defense. We can already see even more zombies coming over the bridge there. There we go. That's one dropped off from afar. And you? Nope, you just shrug that off and you keep on running. Gosh, there's such a big horde on the way. No, it looks like all of our fire is rightly targeted over here. Wait, what's that zombie doing there? Jeez, you're a bit close up, friend. All right, come on, Vats onto the head. Good shot, nice and crisp. Right, oh, great. There is some zombies coming up through the water pump area. Let's get that dealt with. Hello, you. Yeah, you look a bit fancier. Well, you're dead now. There we go. And, oh my goodness. Okay, they are a little bit fast. Well, it's okay. We've got a turret over here. That'll deal with it. How are we doing in terms of the settlement? Have we still got all of our settlers? We're down to 10 people, but we've lost 3 settlers. What? Where? Oh my goodness. They're out front. They're out fighting with melee weapons. What is wrong with you? Aim for their heads. Come on. There we go. Quick shot. Good job. Let me get my torch on. Right. Okay, I can see some enemies coming in on that flank. Let me deal with them. Good job. These turrets are doing a splendid amount of work. There's a lot of zombies there. Run, 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 run. Looks like we're doing the age-old fall back to our starting defenses strategy that it seems every zombie movie must eventually resort to. Oh, they're running. They are running. A handmade pipe turret. I'm sure you can tank a hit. That's fine. We'll shoot that guy in the head. That's one dead. Meanwhile, yep, my turret is actually doing some good work. There we go. Keep it up. Oh my goodness. Sprinting zombies are not fun. They are not fun at all. How are we doing for settlers? We're down to 6 people in Sanctuary. What the hell? Oh my God. I don't even know who we've lost. This guy's running at me. Hello. Hello, friend. Let's get you shot. Goodbye. There we go. Okay, we've got that turret over there. That one I think is destroyed. This one is really almost dead. I can hear gunshots, but I'm not sure where they're coming from. That was a zombie getting flung into the air. Right, let me quickly run over here. Oh, Sturgis, you're still alive. Sturgis, how are you doing? Don't cower. It's okay, Sturgis. You need to fight, my friend. Who have we still got here? We've got Jun Long is still around. Is that Trashcan Clara? Yeah, Trashcan Clara is still on the front lines, along with Codsworth. Splendid. And let me assist you by blowing off that zombie's head. You don't come at me, sir. Codsworth literally has a single sliver of health. My friend, you're doing good. And who do we have left over here? I can only see 2 more zombies left on the minimap somewhere. Yeah, there's a crawly boy here on the ground. Let's just quickly blow his head off. Lovely. And then that leaves one final zombie somewhere. Might be the one that Preston Garvey's fighting over there. Oh no, it's inside this house. How did it get in there? And there we go. With that, I believe the final zombie has been killed. We are safe for now. My goodness, ladies and gents. How many people are we left with? 6. Okay, Sanctuary survives with 6 people living in it. I don't know who we lost. I don't know who even remains. I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow and find out. Okay, so it's a new day. I've woken up and I'm here to survey the damages. Yeah, there's quite a lot. Luckily, Preston's still wandering around, along with Codsworth. Both are looking a bit battered. I'm amazed both of them survived. I did have it set so that even the most essential of NPCs and companions could still be killed by by the zombies. Oh, Brian Fitzgerald died. He was actually one of the better equipped settlers we had. We got these dead zombies by the front barricades. Oh, here's Talia. She unfortunately did die. Did we lose anyone up close to the barricades? Oh my goodness, we did. Penny Fitzgerald running around on the front lines, equipped with only a 10mm pistol. Our turrets, of course, did a decent job, but they're now very much out of commission. Oh, we still actually have some citizens on guard duty. An unnamed settler, you managed to survive. I'm so proud of you. I will christen you Big Ears. And yeah, it looks like they broke down the barricades over here to make their way inside. And we did lose our double-barrel shotgun settler over here trying to defend the way. Oh, what a shame. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We managed to survive the defense of Sanctuary. We lost over half our total population defending it from the undead horde at night, but that's just part of this challenge. If you've enjoyed watching the adventures of Ivana Gobolyanobov, then make sure to give this video a like and do consider subscribing. If you want to see more, then let me know in the comment section, as I'd be more than happy to see if we can go on a quest and make it to Diamond City. Because with these zombies, the game has been elevated to a level of difficulty I've never before experienced, and I love it. Anyway, as always, a thank you to our lovely patrons and channel members for making this video all the more possible. You fantastic, majestic sausages are glorious. Anyway, I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. Have a lovely day, and goodbye for now.